10:30 on the dot? Maybe. Is it 10:30? Are we on? I'm going to do this every time probably. I wonder, it's probably, what do you call it? Advised against to ask if you're on every time. Because you're probably on, aren't you, if you're asking if you're on. Like, it looks like I'm on. It's like I clicked start. I'm basically on, aren't I? Welcome to the world of tomorrow. That's not the accent, is it? That's the wrong accent for that. Phone, you can get yourself plugged right in, please. Thank you very much. So what I'm thinking today is, for this late stream, I'm going to first of all finish this bit of fence at the back here. Should I put that behind there? Yeah, I should. Should I? Nah, that's weird. I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to draw over it. And I'm also going to make it opacity down. I'm going to turn the opacity down on it. Yes. There you're fucking gone, pal. Okay, stop doing that. Let's go on this new layer. Bam. Don't know why that's going up there, like, but it's fine. That kind of works, right? Yeah, no, I don't like that last bit. Do not like that last bit, not even one bit. So let's get rid of that shit. I think I might just go straight up there, you know, how I originally drew it. Hello, second watcher. Is that Sarah Splash? Sometimes that's Sarah Splash. I mean, most times it probably is. Might not be, though. If it's not Sarah Splash, say hello in the chat. This is my cartoon I'm drawing backgrounds for. It's called Shed Cartoon. It's the greatest cartoon of all time. Self-proclaimed. If you want graffiti on here, somewhere down this section down here, or maybe even on there, or maybe even on the shed, write it in the chat and I'll put it on. Even if it's offensive, because I don't care about that kind of thing. Well, it depends on how offensive and the type of offensive, obviously, doesn't it? Okay, merge them, and what I'll do, this shit again. Refine my edges once more. Quick mask, and fix the quick mask. Why does that always come down every time? Look, bro. At least I didn't do the stupid error noise today. That was an easy mask to sort out, wasn't it? Cool. It did. Can't help it. Okay, shadows, please. Oh God, I'm always on the wrong brush, man. Shadow from that. We'll do some incorrect shadows from that boat. That what do you call it? Thing. This thing. I'm on England time, you know, so I'm knackered. It's late. This. Get some shadows on my water boat, which maybe actually cast against there, but probably wouldn't be. Would not be cast behind that. I'm just saying this because I know that my shadows are wrong, and I'm not willing to fix them for some reason. Hang on, should that shed? I'm missing a line off that shed, aren't I? Let's put that on actually. That wants to be down there. Which means that shadow, I can forget about that for right now. And I'll put a shadow here instead. even though the light source is coming from the opposite side. In fact, because of that, I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, I didn't do that little bit, did I not? There you go. Now I can put the shadow in there, please. I'll put a shadow there also, right? Looks like a fold in the I can't speak, man. Me speaking's gone. I did a 2-hour stream earlier on, and then my friend rang me, and he's like wanting to talk, and I'm like, I'm not going to answer that, mate. Not in a talking mood today, like, not after streaming all day. Right, I want someone here. Also, correct, nice, very nice. That's weird, that one. One there. Is that it? I think I'll put one here actually. I'll go bigger there though, so it looks like it's further back. Can I do a straight line or what? Yeah. Okay, colours layer. We'll do it kind of brownish grey. Yeah, that'll do. Yep. Look at that, straight away, man. Looks like a fence. Put a bit rust on it. I'm gonna rub that out though. Why is that brown underneath there? That's weird. Oh, because I've done. It thinks I'm not on the eraser. Okay. Put a bit of rust on because it looks like everything's rusty in an allotment. Let's get some of the dark rust from over there. Is that the dark rust? Yes. Kind of looks weird going next to that log. Oh, that's strange, that. Some fresh bits. I don't like the fresh bits by themselves, like, that needs to be changed. Yeah, that'll do. Have I got a dirt layer? Yes, I do. Let's do some grey dirt on there. That's too light. I need it to go over the shadows so it looks more obvious that it's dirt. Yeah, that'll do. Is that enough? I want some highlights. Where's my highlight layer? Is it that? Yes. Put a bit of a yeah, that looks better with that on, doesn't it? Let's try a bit across the top. See what that looks like. No, I don't like that. Bit more there. That's enough for that wall, you know. Cool. I feel like that's kind of good now. What I will do though is give myself these trees in the background behind the allotment. I'll put a bush in front of that because that would happen. I'm off to zoom in on it because that's weird to watch. Let's just go straight up with that birch tree. Definitely having a bracket fungus on it though, at least one. actually like that going slightly fatter there. Yeah, that'll be sweet. Does there need to be more bushes on there, do you think? Does there need to be more bushes? There should be some bush behind that as well, I think, at least. Maybe some grass. Then it looks like we've got layers going on, you know. I did giant hogweed on my first episode, but I don't know if it's easy to draw. I mean, it's not easy to draw. And to be fair, on here, you'd only see the top of it, wouldn't you? Let's say that's giant hogweed, right? And it kind of goes like this, I think, if I remember it correctly. I mean, that's a weird giant hogweed, but I think it'll work, you know. It was inspired because I saw loads of giant hogweed around here. And when I find out what it does to you, I'm like, oh my god, what? You can just go and touch that if you want. Makes you allergic to the sun for 6 months. You get it like blisters and stuff. That feels like it's not big enough for giant hogweed, like. Yeah, that's not really convincing. I don't like it. I'm going to get rid of that. That can be fucked completely off, I think, right now. Though, what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw these cabbages down here, I think, next. Because this is the lads' allotment. This is Glenn and Carl's allotment here. Just I've only drawn half it so far. They've got a low fence, if you can call it a fence. So I wanted to see somewhat like how shit it is inside. I'm going to have a greenhouse on this side. Where's my cursor? Greenhouse here. It's going to have weed plants inside of it. And then to the right of there, or their left, I guess, there's a nice neat allotment for some neat guy. In fact, I'll draw that one because that's going to be easy. And this one, he's going to have mesh fence so you can see his cabbages in there. I'm going to draw a neat allotment first, though, because that's going to be very easy to do, I think. Still do some bushes outside of it, though. Because that's just allotment stuff, innit? It's very likely this guy's put this fence on and Carl and Glenn have just stuck stuff to it. He'll even have a little bit of a cap on the top of that. Look how neat that allotment is, man. We'll put a rock there. Bit of grass. Oh, that was going good until that little bit. Pebble. Cool. Undo, please. Come on. Will you stop it, man? Right, that'll be good. I like that. Then we'll give him a bit of shed action. I feel like there should be something on the top of his shed, though. He's It's got some fancy tall trees in there. What them like conifers or something. I feel like this bush might be grown over his side a bit though. That tight corner in there is going to be awkward. It was a nice line though, wasn't it? Until that. Oh my god. I'm going to undo it. That's nicer. This is going to have flowers on it or berries? Flowers. That'll have flowers on, yeah, that's good. I will treat you right. So what goes on the top of a shed though? Like some kind of weird shape like that maybe. Yeah, that'll do. Hello, second viewer. How are you doing? If you want to do graffiti, I'll show you what we're doing. I'm drawing an allotment. If you want to add some graffiti to here, just write it in the chat and I'll put it on. Whatever it is. Unless it's too offensive. You can be a bit offensive, but not too offensive, you know? I know some people get carried away with offence. And you can't take offence because there's not even one there yet. This could that be called offence? Maybe, I don't know. This is their allotment, that one there, and this one on the left or the right I'm drawing now. That's the neat guy's allotment who lives next door to them. Or he doesn't live next door, but you know, it's his allotment. If you're American, an allotment is like a garden that you pay the council £50 a year, and then you can grow stuff in it or have chickens like I did. Although they're not a huge fan of you having chickens. And I could do straight lines on here by pressing shift and have these perfectly straight lines, but I like it to look a bit more illustrative than that. Cool, right, I'm going to colour that in because it's boring to just watch outlines, isn't it? Selection tool, please, thank you. Refine edge. All good. Shadows, right. I've got a shadow layer, 25% opacity, so I can just do black. And then when I come to draw over it later with the colours in that, it's already got the shadows on. It's very satisfying to watch that, I find. That would be casting a shadow under there for sure. I'll put one down the side of that also. That's a rough one, but it's an allotment in it. Even though this is a neat guy's allotment. Okay, no, that would be casting actually as well. Let's put a bigger one on there just to suggest that that cap is slightly further back. And then I'll do some little bits on here as if they're not perfectly straight. Maybe this one's dropped quite a lot back. Cool, that'll do. Colours, let's go for... Maybe he's painted as a little bit red or something, you know. That's alright. Get rid of that rough layer. And then we'll do some smaller lines. 6. And we'll do some... That's not dark enough, is it? Some wood grain on there. Don't think I should have stopped that line halfway up. It's always a bit harder to join it then. Oh, that was weird. It's okay. No one's watching that closely, are they, when they're watching the cartoon? I would be, to be fair, though, so... It's okay. Let's give this one a real wonky one, though. This might have been better to just select alternate boards. In fact, I'm going to do that for the rest of them. Get rid of that tiny mistake. Let's go that board. Oh, come on. I need to bring the outline layer for that, though. Outline layer, man. Oh, that's not even on that layer, is it? It's that one. Right. That one, and that. Okay, this will be way easier now. So I can just draw straight over, doesn't matter where I start. Yes. Excellent, that, like. Another one of them. Yes. Oh dear. Oh, that's a bit tight. Might have been a cold year, that one, when that ring was growing on that tree. Let's give this one a few knots. That's going to be awkward to do, isn't it? That looks kind of weird. I'm not sure if I like that. Don't hate it though. Don't hate it. In fact, no, you know what? I'm going to decide that I liked it. That's coping, that. Refine edge, yes. I've got my refine edge thing set up so when I highlight the thing, it'll go select slightly more than what the colour is. So it'll overlap the line so that when I draw underneath the line, it's not interfering. I mean, it's not leaving like a white gap at the edge or anything. Very nice. We're going to do another... Yeah, we'll do another knot on that one. Why not? Why not? Oh, that's fucking naughty as out that leg. Again, if you're American, that's a chav voice. That's what this cartoon's about. Okay, so this top bit, that needs more colour putting back in because I went over it. Does it need them on? Will you even see them? Kind of. Okay. Let's do bushes, bushes, this bush down here, and all of the flowers on that bush. Refine edge, please. Then I'm going to go to quick mask to adjust this. Why do you do that every time? I can't make my brush smaller. Right, there we go. Okay. So let's pick a one from here. Looks like that's grown on the outside. I'm on the outline layer on it. Don't like that colour next to that, you know. I'll do shadows first again, because it always looks better. Will that be enough for that? Yeah, I think so. Quick shadows on these. I keep like trying to make it perfect, and it's not going to be perfect, is it? It's like it takes so long to make. The last episode took a year and a half, and this is why, because I'm being too anal about where things go, and I don't need to be. The inspiration for the first episode was the Big Les show, and it's very rough, the animation on there. But which was the inspiration, because it's kind of like it looks doable if it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going way more overboard than his animation is with the drawings and stuff. Right, okay, so I'm going to do these trees at the top like a dark green, I think. Like they're going to be conifer kind of based. Is that too dark? That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Flowers are going to be pink, probably. Like a warm pink, like a nice baby pink maybe. Too much that. That's a nicer pink. It's too bright. We'll see what that looks like. Go a bit yellowy colour in the inside. Very good. This bush down here, let's try it that colour. That works. Right, next. Outline layer again. Do that bush, that grass, that bush, and these. I don't like doing anything adjacent. I mean, they're already adjacent, but this will certainly need that sorting. Okay. So why are you doing that noise, man? I'm sick of it. Rock, bush, grass. Cool. Let's go bush. That's going to have a shadow all the way up there for sure. And we'll drop that one down slightly. And maybe this one, but only halfway along. See how that looks. Colours. That can be different, like it needs to contrast against them too, doesn't it? So that's not contrasting enough. That's good. It's not perfect, but that's not contrasting anywhere near enough against the other one. That's enough. This rock going to be slightly green, I think. Greenish grey. That grass needs to be the same grass colour as that. Very nice. See how satisfying it is when the shadows are already on there. What colour is his shed though? Blue. Blue, is that going to be weird? I don't think so, you know, I don't hate that. Yeah. Now we'll do that. And this bit of grass. And even though it's adjacent, I'll do that pebble. There'll be nothing needs fixed on that. Potentially that corner there, yeah, it does actually. So this is probably going to be like white, I'm going to say. Let's do the shadows first, actually. Let's go up there. Slightly on that side, slightly on the bottom of there. Go on, man. Can we do it there as well? Yeah. And then I think that's going to be whitish, but like, or maybe like a light blue. That's pretty convincing, I think. Let's try this section different. Don't hate it. I don't love it though. Did I prefer it more like that? I don't like the colour of that grey there though. That's subtle enough, that'll do. Then we'll go for the grass, I mean this soil stuff, dark, there we go, that's that. Didn't do any shadows on it, did I? This stone can be like a dark tan colour. Shadows. Pale. 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 Grass is cast a shadow also. Cool, that's that bit done. Look how neat that allotment is. I feel like this one wants to be slightly different now. That's annoying. Can I do this, I wonder? What if I click on there, click on that, refine edge, obviously, every time. Then can I just adjustment this? Hue saturation potential. Let's take the saturation down. Yeah, I think I like that more, because then it's going to be more like it's attached to their allotment, isn't it, as well? He would have probably painted that as well, but I like that it's separate. I think it's better. Okay, get my other drawn sketch layer back on. Hang on, I'll put the shadows underneath these as well while I'm here. They always look like faces when I've got like 3 of them next to each other. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Nice, we've got a neat allotment now. Should I put the background sky on or not? Let's try the sky again, see what it looks like. That's the, hang on, I'll see if I can get that off. That's the previous scene. Oh, cut your fucking nails down now. We've got loads of graffiti all down there. Shed row allotments. We've got a super S on here with a cock on it. Classic. Mushrooms. I haven't got many mushrooms down here yet, have I? Right, so sky. Hang on, I need my layers back. And I need rid of that again. The sky will be separate anyway when the cartoon comes. It'll be like, I need the sky on its own layer so I can make it move. Like this, kind of, right? Look at that. Oh, wow, it looks so cool when it moves. Okay, but for now, just to colour it in, just to see what stuff looks like. Does this look like it's missing something up here now? Also, can I have a rent due sign on? Do I still have them? Look, man. Yeah, that looks good. Want some shadows under it though. Why do you need to make that noise every time, man? Cool. So what I think I'm going to do though is, I don't know if I like the sky on there yet. It's putting us off. Stubby prunes back. All right. Putting graffiti near the fence. On the neater fence. No, I don't think so. I think I prefer to leave that as a neater fence. It's like this guy prides his allotment and he's probably nice to them, you know. You can have nice neighbours down your allotments and you wouldn't go and fuck with your nice neighbours. Like if he was a dick then maybe you would go and fuck with him, but he's alright, man. It's George that. That's George's allotment that. George is like a good allotment neighbour name in it. So let's do some cabbages then. Fuck, that noise is so irritating. This is how you draw cabbage in cartoon style, I think. Yeah, that's relatively convincing, right? Yeah, that'll do. I saw some of your tattoos, they kind of smooth them like. Now this guy on this side, this is Dennis, he's definitely a prick. I might actually write Dennis is a prick. You know, I'm going to write Dennis is a prick. With my left hand, so it looks like someone else did it. That's hard, that like. There we go. He is a prick, Dennis, like. How many cabbages am I doing? I had a look at some of your tattoos earlier on, they're kind of smooth. I've said that, I've not already. What do you got to say for yourself about your smooth tattoos? Why is this like a new word? Every time you write something like this, allow. It's like every time you write a swear word, I've got to click add permitted term, and it's like added permitted term wanking. So how come you can say dick? Have you said dick earlier on? Did I have to approve that earlier on? That's a wonky cabbage, that, like. Fuck's sake, man. It's a big in that. Ah, it's too big, that one, isn't it, for the back? No, it's alright, it's alright. No, let one can go on there. Hi, Leaf. Hello, Beeb. That's my dog. Do you want to see my dog? I'm going to show you anyway. Yes. She's not happy about it. She wants to lie down. Don't you, Leif? You want to lie down, don't you? Even though you're so lovely. There you go. You can go and lie down. That is Lefons. Best dog ever. Times 10. 10? 100. Times 100. Are they too high? That side's too high, I think. Or is it just that that back one's too big? Whatever. They're plants, man. That's how they grow. I'm going to drop these two down instead. That's better. Okay. You know what? I think he's even got a wall built. There's a guy named me Dad's Allotment, and he had like a wall built on his. And it was proper neat. I think he was going for like Chief SWAT. That's rough, that one, like. Oh, you know what, actually, I can draw like that, can't I? It's on a separate layer. Yeah, she was definitely. She was made fucking rimming herself out. Is there going to be some? Yeah, there will be some around there, I think. I don't like that. Come on. Right, that's going to be a wall, and then he's got like a fence, like top looking thing like this, which is attached to that, let's say. Yeah, that works. Which I feel like, I don't know if this is going to look right when I come to do it. And then that means the wall is here. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Let's try and colour it in now so I can see how it works actually. Colouring in. Where are we at? I need to merge that with this now, I think. Get rid of that shit. Right. Keeping chickens is well easier. And I think an allotment, if you can get hold of one, it's probably worth having. Because like, you can go and just put a run down there and do other stuff. And you'll learn how to grow stuff. It's just basically put seeds in the ground, isn't it? And then put water on it. Basically. You've got to like... The seed packets normally have the instructions on how to do it anyway. Oh god, I've just undone that. But you don't want to be eating plants anyway, man. They're bad for you. So you only want to be growing plants for your chickens. That's my advice, at least. Plants are poisonous. They're trying to kill you. Because they don't want to get ate. Although, when I had some greenhouse in the allotment, we had some Shirley's. Shirley was the brand or the type of tomatoes, and they were delicious, like. But I also learned an interesting thing about tomatoes, well, any plant really. If you grow them on the vine, how they're supposed to be, and I don't mean they're still on the vine in the supermarket kind of thing. The plant has defense chemicals because, like I say, they don't want to get eaten. And if you grow them, if you take them off, so like at the end of when they're ready to be ripe, so hang on, God. While you're growing them, they've got defense chemicals in because they don't want to be eaten. That's to like deter pests and to deter predators. And when it's ready to be eaten, because it does want to be eaten eventually, the fruits at least for the seeds, the plant will take the defense chemicals out. But until that moment, they're still in there. So if you harvest them before they're ripe, they will go ripe in the supermarket on the shelf, but they'll still have all the chemicals in. So the ones in the allotment don't make you feel as gross as like the ones in the supermarket do either. I think they've still got some in though, right? But I don't know. And how many chickens did you have? Good amount of eggs off them. Yeah, I had about 30 chickens down the allotment, which the guy wasn't happy with because the maximum they said you were allowed was 3. And then he's like, you aren't even growing any plants. And I'm like, I am growing loads of plants, man. It's full of plants. He's like, they're weeds. To you, maybe. And I look on, there's raspberries up there. There's some wheat down there to feed the chickens with. And he wasn't happy about it, like. But chickens are kind of easy. 3 times 10, 30 chickens, yes. That's because I had some... The allotment came with 10 chickens. I had grew like 5 chickens at home. I bought like a pack of 6 of like these ones called modern English game. They're like supposed to be fighting cockerels, but the modern ones are shorebirds. That's what I had them. I didn't have them to show. I just liked them. I've always liked them. So I had 6 of them and 5 of them hatched. Almost 6 hatched though, which is very rare. But I took them down there, so that's 15 straight away. And then, because I liked fucking on with the incubator and that, I put more eggs in from the allotment in the incubator, and like loads of them hatched as well. I had like maybe another, 15 hatched. And it's not that hard to look after like 15. You just have to go and put food in for them, you know. You've got to make sure they have water. And because like I was saying earlier on, I had one of these dudes in there, IBC, and I had like pipes coming off that going to water tray things for the chickens. Like I had some in my back here, and I had auto-filling chicken waterer things. So like I never had to sort the water out because it's always in there. Because the watering is the hardest thing, especially in the summer. But chickens are quite rewarding to have, to be fair, because eggs are sweet. As long as you're not allergic to them, like. So are these lettuces or cabbages? Probably cabbages, right? Cabbages are more like that kind of colour, aren't they? But that doesn't look as interesting. Yeah, but 30 chickens is not that hard. It just means any task that you have to do 30 times instead of just like 5. Tasks such as when I first got the allotment, loads of them had what's it called now? Scaly foot, I think it's called, where their feet are scaly. And the fix for that I found, there's probably loads of different ways you can do it, but I use baby oil. You just put baby oil on cover their feet with baby oil like 3 times a day or something like that, or once a day, in fact 3 times a week maybe, and then it starts to clear up, like it starts to drop off, and then they're fine again. And they don't like you doing it, but depends on how you've raised the chicken. Like my 5 ones that I took down there that I'd grew myself, they were like me little mates. I had one of them trained to jump up on my hand if I called him, and then I give him a worm. Like I say, like if you get some that are already old, it's going to be like a lot more effort to try and get them to be your mate. But if you get some from chicks, like if you hatch them out and you spend time with them every day and you're giving them food and stuff like that, they love it. One of them, my favourite one, she was one of them English game ones. There was a day when I was sitting on the piano, I was sitting on the couch in the tattoo shop, and she was like just sitting on the arm next to me, chilling out, just asleep. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go and play the piano because the piano was just right next to us. So I stand up and go over to the piano, start playing it, and then like within 30 seconds or something like that, I hear this like boom. And it was her jumping off the couch, walking over to me. She jumped back on my knee and then just went to sleep again. But this was like, I grew them chickens during lockdown, the first lockdown. So I had all day with them, and I'm sitting out in the yard and they're going to sleep on my arms and stuff like that. Like they were comfortable going to sleep on me. And I think any animal that goes to sleep on or near you and they wake up alive, they're just like, this guy's cool. Because in nature, you'd be dead. But yeah, they're cool, man. If you're thinking about it, I would just do it. If you can get hold of an allotment, though, you may find that that's harder than you're expecting. But you'll have customers in that. Some of them will have them in that, Maybe you'll get someone to swap you one for a tattoo or something. I think officially they're not really supposed to sell them. What the fuck, bro? But people always sell them. It's more like they have to go to the guy and say, "Oh, I want him to take over my allotment." I'm starting to think you might be able to do that with any animal, never mind just dogs and chickens. I had goats also at one point. They're not allowed in an allotment though. That's instant kicked out if you do that. It's them ones that I was at. Some of them will let you have them though. But my goats, they were not my friend when I first got them. They were like more wild. But I spent the time with them as well, and I got like, one of them would do tricks that I was telling him to do, but he would never come near us. He never wanted me to go near him, I mean. He's always scared. But the other one, Rambro, I called him. He was like my little mate, him. I would have them jumping into wheelbarrows and stuff, and then I was training them to let us wheel them along in a wheelbarrow, just for my own amusement. and they became my friend after I took them out one day for a walk, and they fucking hated it. But like so far along the walk, I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, it was like blackberry season. I'm like, you'll love this. And I took them over to a little patch where some blackberries were, and I'm like, there, try that, and they're like, yes, excellent, yes. Then after that, the next day, I went to take them out for another walk, and they're just like, yeah, let's go. Just mates straight away. Food. They're like, oh, he gives us food, he's mint. But I've the patience with animals, like it takes a lot of patience, I think, sometimes. Yeah, if it's worth getting yourself on a waiting list, but if you can get someone to like sort you one out, that's going to be the better way. Like, I've been on a waiting list for about 4 years for another one that's closer to me. Because when I had that one, it was in a place called Horden, and it's like 20-minute drive, which is not that bad, but every day to go and look after the chickens is like, it's a lot. Because it's a 40-minute round trip at least. Well, it's like an hour, isn't it? Because you've got to spend 20 minutes down there doing stuff. And when it's summer, that's cool. You don't mind that. You know, if you have a day off and you're just down there like pottering about, making a fire and whatever, it's cool. But in the winter, when it's like you're fucking chipping ice off the top of water buckets and that, it's fucking awful. But that's part of life, I think, honestly. It's like to farm and stuff like that, I think it's natural for us to want to do that. So it feels really rewarding when you're doing it. Also, another thing, if you can get in touch with one of the people, rather than just sending a letter or filling your name in online, if you can go down and actually see some bloke, there's likely to be some allotments that are just shit, that are just overgrown and got no fence or anything like that. That might be a way in, because it's like they say no, there's none, because they're all out or whatever, but it's like no one wants them ones. So you've got a chance of actually getting one of them ones. Right, I want to fix this outline because I don't like it. Why is that not working? Is that the wrong thing? Right, okay, it is. Was that a gap there? No. I wonder if now is a good time to take on an allotment as well, because just had the allotment in one place. It's humans, isn't it? So you can't say that it's going to be normally sound. You get some cool people, like my neighbours on both sides were cool, but you get like, there was a guy called Slyball, and he's like a fucking little grass, and if you're doing anything wrong, he's like there, like watching you from like down the street, and then he's going to go and tell the guy in the committee like, oh, he's had a fire in there 2 days in a row now. Then it's like, that's when you get a complaint or a letter or something. It's like, mate, fucking just go and grow your fucking nettles or whatever, will you? But yeah, now might be a good time, because this is the time when it's hard to have one, and people are not as interested. Like after there was like a storm one year, and it fucking blew everything down. Like it smashed our greenhouse. When walking down the next day after that, I remember walking down and like this allotment's fence is down in the road. The next one's like all the way over, but it's not quite touching the road yet. Then another one down there, his sheds just collapsed because it was a harsh storm. That was like at least half to 60% of those people never went back again. Those, you love them melons. Oh, you mean like that kind of, that guy? Slyball. He was alright, to be fair, in his own way. I think it's like these people, they just need to be manipulated a little bit. You know, it's like, if like you can take the piss out of someone and be like, I'm pleased you've got a sense of humour, because not a lot of people would take that well. And it's like, I know he didn't just take it well. But he's like, aye, aye. And he'll agree with you because you've just said a good thing about him, kind of thing. And it's like, I know that he's fucking been really offended by what I just said. But it's like, nah, you're a good lad, you, mate. I'm pleased you've got a sense of humour. Not like these other cunts. They're kind of easy, them people, sometimes, I think. But then, you know, sometimes they're just absolute bellends. I don't know if that's just me. I enjoy that kind of thing sometimes. You're on my mind all the time. Na 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 na. Something needs to be resolved in here, doesn't it? I might do the tree now. That looks lovely down that side, like. What was he called again? George. He's a good lad, is George, like. Old George, they call him. He's only got one eye. He lost it down the pit. Obviously, I'm just making this up right now. That's a lot like proper Mesters, working men's club types. It's the same people, honestly. Like, I think almost every one of these people down that allotment go to the club, or if they don't, they sit and drink in their allotments. Yeah, that's the crack. And you just have to know their crack. And I'm crap at like joining in because I don't care, but I can play a little bit around them. There's a guy who was, I'm going to have a scene in this about this guy. I don't know if I told you. No, I didn't say that earlier on, I don't think. Called Tony. He had the allotment opposite mine. And he had a hawk. So I'm going to have Tony's hawk in this episode. And it was so funny. There was a day when I went down there. Oh, fuck's sake, I've done that shadow thing again. There's a day when I went down there, and it's like, he showed us this hawk. He's like, alright lads, fucking want to come and have a look at me hawk, like. I'm like, oh yeah. I went in and he said a Harris hawk, and I'm like, mate, that's fucking class, that. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, fuck, that's amazing. And I didn't know you could have a hawk in there, but we had like a bit where the guy who used to have our allotment had, what was it called? An owl in there. So it's like a little aviary thing set up already. And I'm like, maybe I need a hawk, like. And I was looking at Tony's, and I'm like, that's fucking class. I love it. It's so majestic. And then it's like, jumped up with the fucking cage. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I shit myself. But then like, I kept going in to have a look at it and that because I was fascinated. And then one day I went in and he was pissed already because it's 10 a.m. and that's the crack. He's that kind of guy. And he's like, oh, mate, you want to fucking give us a hand putting the dressies on, like? And the dressies are the things that wrap around their feet. So you can, like, hold them. It's just like a little bit of leather strap. You can hold them, and then when you release them, or if they try to fly off, you've got hold of these strings. But if you want to chuck them at something, they can fly off, and they're not going to get caught on trees or whatever. He's like, give us a hand putting the dressies on. So I'm like, go on then. And So he's like, I'll grab her. I'll grab her by like he'll grab her body like this, and then he had a head underneath his shirt, and it's you put the things around its legs. And I'm like, right, and it's going like this with its feet all the time, and I'm like, fucking hell. Okay, and I put the glove in its claw, and it grabbed onto this glove, and I'm like, okay, cool, we've got it. No, it grabbed his hand first. That's it. And he's like, fucking hell. And I'm like, all right, okay, mate, yeah, hang on. And I pulled its like toes, and they like ratchet closed, so it's like when you're pulling it out. So I got it off, and then I put this glove, and it grabbed the glove, and I'm like, right, here we go, we've got it secure now. But its other claws doing this at the same time while I'm like holding it, putting these things on, and it grabbed his lip, like straight like that, and pulled his lip down, and then he's going, she's got his fucking lip, she's got, and he's got like 3 brown teeth in his mouth, man. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I nearly fell over laughing at him, man. But yeah, that's his life. He's down the allotment all day long, every day, and then when he's not there, he'll go to the club and sit and drink in there instead. He'll be on all the benefits anyway, so he doesn't have to like earn money to spend it on beer. It's the life, innit? If you don't want any teeth, at least. So funny that though, man. I can't believe it. So I'm gonna have a scene with that on here as well. See how accurate I can get it. Fucking alright, lads. Wanna look me fucking hawk like. The episode may even be called Tony's Hawk. Even though it's mostly not going to be about the hawk, it's mostly going to be about magic, because they're going to find a magic wand. Ha, fucking Tony's Hawk now. Hey, Tony doesn't fucking do skateboard now. Ha, can he do a fucking kickflip or what? I don't know whether to go and record some hawk noises if he's still got it, or to just do them with me voice. I'll have to research it again if I'm going to do that. It's like I can't have that happen and be making a cartoon and not just think like, you know what, that would be class in the cartoon. It's destined to be in there, man. Because I was going to mention Slyball also in it. Because Desmond's going to be like, you've got to sort them nettles out, Carl. People's been complaining about them at the meetings. I use that like fucking Slyball. I can't say who it is, Carl. It's not my favourite birch tree I've ever done, but that'll do. Shards. That'll do. Nice. Colours layer. There you fucking gone. Few dots on there. Why I? Look at that, man. Fucking like a Bolton. Right, next. Get this fucking shit off there. I've got to do what name? Tony's Hawk? Is that what you mean? Or the Desmond thing or what? I love you. Yeah, Tony's Hawk's like definitely got to be in. I think that scene is going to be it's random to just have that scene in and it's not really adding to the story. But so I'll tell you my basic crack. Right, they're walking down the allotment. They see Desmond. He tells them that they've got to cut the nettles down or whatever, and they're like, oh, I fucking hate Desmond, like he's a fucking bell end him, like if I was ever doing a fucking rap battle with Desmond, I'd just say this, and I don't know what line that will be, but that's a thing I want to be in it, because I wanted to end the episode with a rap battle, and there's like a whole story to get there, but they're going to find a magic wand as they're walking down the allotment, because I think that'll be it's a funny premise of what would chavs do with a magic wand. And it's when they first see it, it's going to be like, whoa, whoa, look at that, man, it looks like a fucking pure magical wand, oh. Here, fucking pass it here, I'm going to see if I can do a fucking spell, oh. Oh, fucking flamey, oh. And then he's going to light a, flame will come out of it, he'll light a bong with it or something. It's like, oh, fucking gives it here, fucking flamey, oh. And Carl can't get it to light. And then it's like Glenn gets it back, and he's like, "Oh fucking erectio," oil, and then gives Carl a hard on, and he can't get it to go back down. Oh fucking put it back down, man, you daft cunt. It's like, ha, nah, fuck off. Then when he tries to put it back down, it won't go back down. And then that's the mission. They've got to go and try and find the wizard. So I guess Tony can tell them, "Oh, you want to go and speak to so and so," and that's the scene has the hawk, but basically it's just to progress the story. So it does fit. And then I'm thinking, do I have to bring like the hawk? If it's called Tony's Hawk, do I have to have like a callback to the hawk? Like at the end when the rap battle comes on, does like maybe one of them, the hawk has to bring something, or the hawk, I don't know. Maybe it flies off earlier on and then it comes back later. I haven't decided that yet. I don't need to know that far ahead yet, to be fair. Because I like to leave it open because, anything can happen then. But it's nice to have a little, like, an outline of the story at least. And I don't know if you'll have seen this. Have you heard of a show called Buzzcocks? Not like Nevermind the Buzzcocks or whatever. There's a Geordie guy from the northeast. Early days of YouTube. Did some stuff. Fly for the wand. Okay, I could fly for the wand. Then they bring that back at the end. That's a potential. I want them to take the wand though to try and find out who it belongs to though. That's one of the things. But it could fly off. Then it could come and grab the wand at some point or something maybe. Because they're going to go and like look for this wizard. So if you've seen Buzzcocks, I tattooed the guy who played Trekker in Buzzcocks's program, and he's interested in being a part of it. Not Buzzcocks though, unfortunately. I mean, he's like, it would be amazing to have him in, but I think he's busy. He's got like his own business and stuff now. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, then doesn't matter. But it was funny. But Trekker's definitely up for being in it. So I was thinking Trekker could be the wizard, and I would love Buzzcocks to be like the high wizard who they finally got to go and say or something to sort it out. But I don't know if that's looking likely at the moment. I think if Trekker's in without Buzzcocks though, I think we should call him. We should have some callback to his name, because it's like people will recognise that. Oh, you've never heard of him, have you not? It's like, it's a huge inspiration of mine. It was like early days of YouTube, and he's got like one episode, he's on about going into the bank or something to deposit his Uncle Cooksen's absolutely loads of drug money. And then it's like in the bank, some robbers come in, but he's been given these dolphin pills, and he says at some point he like sets the fire alarm off, and then it's smash your pasty, yeah, that's him, yeah. He's like, and these dolphin pills make you be able to swim through any water, even rain. So he's swimming around doing dolphin noises and that. But yeah, he did the smash your pasty song and that, yeah. All lasses in the world, I think you're pure lush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are cool-hush. Whilst in bike are Whitley Bay, where the funny is pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fuck and smash your pasty. I met this lass from Whitley Bay. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But yeah, it would be amazing to have them two in it. Because people around here would know their voices straight away. And it's like I said to Adam, the guy who plays Trekker, I'm like, the reason I wanted it is because I would fucking love it. Like, if I was a kid, and as a fan, even if I'm not a kid, I mean, as a fan, I would love it. If someone else had made my cartoon and then them two was in it. But it's like Buzzcocks was the main guy, so it's kind of like he's the one you really want in there. But it's fine. If I'll take what I can get. And I've been doing beatbox lessons also for the episode because I want Glenn to do some beatboxing with a guy called Codfish who's phenomenal at it. And I've asked him if he wants to be in, and he's interested, but he's like, speak to management. I'm like, gay. I don't want the speak to management version, man. I want the fucking like person's into the project version. It's like if I have to just pay, it's like that's lame, innit? It's like, oh, class, how did you get him to be in it? I just paid him. It's like, oh. Versus if it's like, oh, he was really into the project and he wanted to be part of it, he believed in it, kind of thing. That's cool. Like, he looks cooler if he does that. But at the same time, I understand if he wants to be paid because, like, he's got fucking over 1 million viewers on YouTube. So him being in it and then him advertising it does bring people, doesn't it? You know, so it's fair. It's still lame and gay though. Getting too comfortable saying that on air. It's just because you were fucking comfortable with it earlier on. So if I get banned off here, I'm blaming you. Right, where are we at? I kind of need to do... Saved a couple of the videos before. I'll show you this actually. See if I can get it on. I don't know if I can play. Oh no, I'll be able to play it like this, won't I? Shedsdorf. Clips. Episode 2. Where am I at? What? Oh no, clips. Episode 2. Then we've got... Hang on, where's it at? In here. Oh, I can just open that, can't I? That's a clip from the last episode. From the song as well. And can I open YouTube and show that on here? I wonder, will that work? Oops, I've put it on full screen now. Is that going to play or not?
He went, come on, I got these like, little bits of daft stuff and I put them up a tree. I went, yeah, come here. And I went, fuck off, you little daft cunt. I know how you build a den, man. I'll tell you how we build a den. I'll show you my den that I've had for 14 years of being Trekker. Spent 2 years putting together and getting it the way it looks. That is my fucking den.
So that's Buzzcock's den, right? It's only in the cartoon. And in that episode, there's bits where he's on about like setting a trap, like the bee's in the way on this clip here, but he's on about setting a trap, how you catch a chava or whatever. You'd have to leave some Jaffa cakes down for them to stop. Then like he chucks this bit of wood at them and that, and there's like these grippers, carpet gripper things. Them's to pop the police tyres if the police come to get you while you're in your den. So I did the old nod to Buzzcocks, and Trekker was impressed by it. So he's like into it. But it's like, we need Norman into it, man. There's many details in there that like people won't notice. Also, that B guy, he's based on a real guy. There's a guy, a friend of mine called Just B. That's his rap name. Me folders aren't as organised as I'd like, so I can't really like find the stuff easy. No, I can't find it. I've done a few bits from his videos, like that's like a nod to his videos in the that one, the B song, yeah. Yeah, I think it's because I'm a fucking nerd and like I love this shit, so. You've got to make it for yourself, haven't you, I think, first. That's too green. What other art stuff do you do then? Do you do like paintings and that as well? Or just tattooing? That works. Oh, right, I think I may do this little bit of wall and then that might be me today, like. I've got a brick over here, haven't I? What colour's your mortar like? Draw. Never got into paint when I was younger because I was put off by it looking shit first painting, so stayed away from it. So only stuck with HB pencil and coloured crayons. I honestly think that is the closest to tattooing though, isn't it? I don't know if it is a normal part. I think it's a normal part of the people who tend to be really good at tattooing though. But it's very easy to, you can do tattoos with and never paint and it doesn't really affect your art negatively, I don't think. I think it does help though to do some. But it's like, you've got to want to, haven't you? If you're not enjoying it, it's like, it's just a chore then. I kind of enjoy the challenge of it sometimes. But I think it's more what I enjoy is like, I practice the realistic stuff in paintings and that was quite fun. What's in? Yeah, doing like, I tried acrylics and oils, I think it was years ago. I honestly think oils are better than acrylics. I like acrylics, but like I think the problem with them is that they dry too fast for a lot of stuff. Oils I think are more fun because they're more forgiving. But if you were going to try it, like if you're ever going to try it, message me and I'll tell you their pain so you don't have to remember them, kind of thing. But if you're going to try it, I would recommend the Alla Prima method, doing what Jeff Gogwe uses. because he gave me like a DVD of his to learn how to do it. I no longer have it though. But he does it like with only 3 colours. It's Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and a specific colour from a company called Gamblin, which is like transparent orange. And when you have them 3 colours together, you can make any colour basically. And you need white as well. But you mix all 3 of them together in the right ratios, and you've got like a perfect, really deep black. And it's like the theory about why it works, and it's deeper than just like a standard black. Because me and Jason Butcher was painting one day, and he's like, oh, you're using black straight out of the tube. And I'm like, what's wrong with that, man? He's like, that's fucking noob black. You need to be using pro black. I'm like, mate, any black's pro black when I'm using it, man. And then like later on, I went over to look at him, and I'm like, hang on, you're actually using a different black than me. What's this all about, like? He's like, oh, that's what I said, man. You're using noob black. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to fucking use noob black. What's pro black like? Then he told me to mix them together, and how it works, why it looks so much better when you use pro black, is because they're all 3 of those colours are transparent. So the light would go through your paint, hit the canvas, and bounce back out. So the black looks deeper when you use that. And then because you've got black essentially, and you've got like a cool red, a cool blue, and a really, really warm yellow, which is what that orange colour is, you can make almost any colour that you need. And that's kind of, it takes a lot of the stress out of it, for me, I think, of having to go and buy like 70 different colours. And it's kind of like your paint looks a lot more cohesive because all the colours match each other as well. Whereas if you buy like the wrong red to go with your blue, it looks off. Where when you've mixed them all from the same 3, it's like it just automatically looks like it was meant to be like that. And I enjoyed that challenge. And oils, they take ages to dry, and you're right, they take ages to dry, and you do have to wait ages for another layer. But the alla prima method is where you're trying to get the right colour mixed before you put it on the canvas. So it's like if you're doing a cheek, you do like let's say if it's this side here, you do like for my face there, it'd be like a greyish brown, you mix that, then you mix like a warmer colour, then you mix like a white-ish layer there, and then you can like brush between them with like a dry brush, and you can do the blend, or even without the dry brush, you can do it with the colour as it's on the brush. Like you'll brush the new colour on, and then if you keep brushing like this, you can start to blend it back and forth, and you go up and down with it and blend them into each other. It's like you can just blend as you go, then it's kind of basically finished in the same session. You can finish a paint in the same session with that method. I know that's a lot of information like to just chuck out there. Where acrylics, it's like like I said, they dry instantly, but it's like that's annoying because it's really hard to get them nice blends then. And with oils though, it's like they'll take maybe two weeks to dry probably, so you can go back over. Like if you use mediums, like there's a thing called like Galkid or Alkyd Flow medium. If you use that, it will dry within a couple of days, and you can go back over it, unless you've used white, which allegedly never dries. There's paintings that are 300 years old there where the white is still like liquid underneath the top like skin. And I don't know why. Maybe titanium dioxide doesn't like drying. Like in the same vein though as that, you can also use mediums with acrylics that are like retarders, so it slows the drying process down. And one of my mates used to use soap, but I've never really found it did anything for me. In fact, what do I use for that now? I can't remember what it's called, but I've got like some paint that's I think it's like a glazing medium or something, and it is just paint without the pigment in, like acrylic paint without the pigment in, and then it's like you use that to mix it down. It slows it down a little bit, keeps it wet, and you can mix without changing the colours too much. Yes, it's near Sunderland I'm based. In Seaham it's called. County Durham it is though. But Sunderland's maybe, I don't know, you can get there in like 10 minutes maybe. Don't love that. I don't know if I like the colour of the bricks, you know. That's much nicer. Where are you based at? I'm guessing if you're saying I'm up north, that means you're down south, right? Derbyshire. What's the accent like there? I don't know that one. Oh no, I do. I know a guy from there. Oh, his girlfriend was from there at least. Wrong. That's it. Okay, that'll do. There, that works, I think. That works. It's annoying that I've got perspective on these flowers and I don't have perspective on the bricks, but I'm not going to think about that too hard. What you was doing what? Hang on. You got a tattoo by Matt years ago when he was doing a guest spot. Was he doing a guest spot up here? Like a 666 maybe? Hang on. When he was doing a guest spot and you thought he was from the same... I was from the same area. Yeah, people from... I remember doing a guest spot at Matt's and... I was on about the accent a little bit, and his last goes like, "What you on about? People from Hull don't have an accent." I'm like, "Hang on, you said Hull." People from Hull don't have an accent. I mean, they do, like. Boot be burn. Also, their accents aren't very strong for you. Okay. Middlesbrough. Alright. I can't do a Middlesbrough accent very well. It's quite subtle, to be fair, from here. But when you know someone's from there, like, you can't unhear it though. It's like an irritating accent from here. Butter. My accent would technically be Pit Yakka. I can't point out the subtleties to it though, like why it is that different. Like I'm not that bothered by it. Like my accent's not the strongest accent because I was in the army for a while, and if you're saying stuff like that's git big, people are like, what? So it's like I just ended up changing the words I used to make it easy for myself. And then the same with tattooing. When you're tattooing people from all over the country or traveling around, it's like you have to change the words slightly to make it easier for other people. I mean, it's not the weakest accent still. It's still relatively strong, I guess. Yep, that happens. Because they have different words altogether that they use. Like the full-on pit yakka thing though, that's really awkward to understand because it's like it's loads of slang. And it's words that people don't even say, and they sometimes don't even sound like the word that they're supposed to be. Like for instance, the number 4 would be fower. Fower pund. £4. Okay, and I think I'll do this bush a little bit. Another word there that has to be make a tattoo by Den Yakovlev, and it took us ages to realise he wasn't pronouncing words how they are spelled. Oh, you weren't? Oh, right, yeah, sorry. What did you get, like a swastika or what? I know Den was not scared of the odd swastika tattoo, like. I remember when he was getting cancelled over it all. But to be fair, he didn't help himself, did he? He had many, many racist tattoos that he'd done on people. And it's like, at some point, it's like, I think you might be into this also. You can't blame your clients only when you've done that many of them, like. Oh, he's actually not. I think you have to be a nerd to be that good at what you do, though. It's like it's hard to think that like it's not though. Yeah. To be fair, like that was one of my arguments about that because there was one with the the tiny hat gang, where there was like someone holding a gun to the back of the tiny hat man. It's a famous scene, like it's a famous photograph in it, and he's done a tattoo of that. And I said at the time when people was talking about it, maybe it is just that, like this is a thing that happened. We can't just like pretend it didn't happen, kind of thing. So maybe it's just the history of it. But when there was that many of them, you do start to think like, maybe. But I'll take your word for it. I've never met him though. I've just seen a lot of his work. Right, I think that is me though for the day. Got a fair bit done again, right? Takes so long, man. This is, I think, going to be in the cartoon for even less than that last scene. It's a good job I enjoy the process, isn't it? Right, file save as. I'm not saving it off like. Lads Allotment 2.psd. There you go. Right, adios. End of the stream. Goodbye. Oh no, I've got to do my beatboxing outro, haven't I? That was crap. Right, okay, bye.